Hi Sam. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks. What are we learning about today?
Today we are exploring the word,
lesen,
which means to read.
That sounds interesting. Is that the most common meaning?
Yes, it is. However,
lesen,
can also mean to choose or select in specific contexts. But reading is the primary and most common meaning.
I see. Are there any false friends with this word?
Good question. In English,
to read,
is straightforward, but sometimes learners confuse it with,
hören,
which means to hear. They sound a bit similar, but they mean very different things.
How does the grammar work with
lesen,
lesen,
Is a regular verb. In the present tense, you say,
ich lese, du liest,
and
sie, es liest.
in the past tense, the prateritem form is,
Ich las,
and in perfect, you say,
ich habe gelesen,
ich habe gelesen,
means I have read.
exactly. And for the imperative, you can say,
lies,
when you tell someone to read.
That's pretty straightforward.
Now, let's dive into the word's history.
lesen,
Comes from the old High German word,
lesen,
which also meant to read or gather.
That's fascinating. It's interesting how some words have stayed the same over time.
Yes, and it's been used in various forms throughout history. The meaning has always been connected to reading or selecting.
Can we break down
lesen,
into parts?
Certainly. The word
lesen,
cannot be split into smaller pieces like prefixes or suffixes because it's not a compound word. But you can think of it as a base that stands strong on its own.
I get it.
Now, let's look at some similar words. For instance, we have,
vorlesen,
which means to read aloud. It's made up of the prefix,
vor,
meaning before, and,
lesen,
So, that means to read before someone.
exactly. Then there's,
lesen,
with different suffixes like,
Leser,
which means reader, and,
Lesestoff,
meaning reading material.
I see. What other examples do you have?
How about,
ablesen,
which means to read off. The prefix means off. Then we have,
auslesen,
which means to select out.
That's quite a few.
Yes. And don't forget,
überlesen,
meaning to overlook or miss something while reading, and
nachlesen,
meaning to read up on something later.
Wow, that's helpful.
Let's practice using
lesen,
in real-life situations. Imagine you're at a library.
Okay.
You could start with,
ich möchte ein Buch lesen.
Ich möchte ein Buch lesen.
great. Now, let's say you want to ask someone if they read a specific book. You might say,
Hast du das Buch gelesen?
Hast du das Buch gelesen?
perfect. Lastly, if you're discussing a newspaper, you could say,
Ich lese die Nachrichten jeden Tag.
Ich lese die Nachrichten jeden Tag.
now, let's talk about gender memory hints since
Lesen,
is a verb. But if we were discussing the noun,
Leser,
we would note that it's masculine, so you might remember it by visualizing a male reader.
That's a good image.
Usage notes are essential too.
lesen,
Is generally informal when talking about reading in everyday life. Typical collocations include
ein Buch lesen. Zeitungen lesen,
and.
vorlesen,
Just be careful not to confuse
lesen,
with,
sehen,
which means to see.
I'll watch out for that.
Let's weave in some example sentences. For instance,
ich lese jeden Abend vor dem Schlafengehen.
That means I read every evening before going to sleep.
yes. Another could be,
Hat das Buch schnell gelesen.
meaning he read the book quickly.
Got it.
Now, let's check your recall. What does
Lesen,
mean?
To read.
Correct. What's the present tense form for?
ich,
Ich lese.
Right. How do you say I have read?
Ich habe gelesen.
Excellent. What's the imperative form?
Lies.
Good job. Now, can you give me an example of a compound word related to?
lesen,
Vorlesen.
Perfect. Last question. What is a similar word that has the prefix?
Ablesen.
You got it. Today, we learned about the word
lesen.
and its meanings, forms, and uses.
That was really fun. I feel like I've learned a lot.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep practicing, and you'll get even better.